So what's an SSO and an SRO? Well, there are typically two main types of security employees at schools. Search and seizure. Can school security officers perform a search and seizure? Well, that's a tricky question, and it depends on what state and jurisdiction you're working in. Ruling on the side of caution, the answer is typically, if you discover that someone on the school property is carrying a weapon, you should immediately call 911 and your supervisor. Advise the school administrator to put the school property on lockdown and treat the situation as you would as an active shooter. Many mental health professionals believe that there's a strong relationship between personality disorders and violence. Here are just a few of the more prominent disorders that have been found with violent offenders. Gangs have had a presence in schools throughout the recent years. Be mindful of this. As we've discussed, make sure to familiarize yourself with your company policy regarding illegal acts and how you respond to gang complaints at your property. Crimes can often occur on a school campus. Crimes are typically defined in either an infraction, a misdemeanor, or a felony. You will want to continue to monitor the area you are moving into for any suspicious activity. When chaos is occurring, this is a welcome situation for a criminal to try and enter a property. In a study conducted by the Secret Service, it was discovered that there is no standard profile of a student attacker, nor is there a profile for the type of school that's been targeted. Attackers usually had multiple motives, the most common involving a grievance with classmates. In the case of an active shooter, the Department of Homeland Security recommends that you follow the run, hide, fight format. Let's take a brief look at that. Know the building you work in. You should become familiar with the school and its property. Here are a few things that you should become familiar with. By changing your patrol pattern often, it creates unpredictability and helps to deter criminals who are monitoring your patterns. Look for cuts in a fence. Check all the gates. Pull on the padlocks to be sure that they're locked. A common ploy is to close the lock but not engage it. Always check the locks. Always stop, look, and listen before entering an area. Interior foot patrols of building or structures should never be done in the dark. The interior lights should be turned on immediately upon entry. This will prevent the officer from having a limited view of the interior.